The rise and fall of Rust's most hated player. Now that's a big title to hold.
From being one of the most popular Rust server owners to being permanently blacklisted by Facepunch Studios in every way, shape, and form. Makes you wonder what this person could have possibly done to be disciplined in such a way. This is the story of the most hated player in Rust.
Okay.
Ken.
Fuck those I'm gonna retards. Fucking sell the cheapest goddamn cheats ever sold.
Nice.
Ken was a Canadian gamer who started his Rust career in the summer of 2016.
It's always a Canadian. These videos are literally just only about Canadians for some reason.
And has quoted himself to be the Keemstar of Rust. For those who are unaware,
That's a title.
Keemstar was a prominent online drama commentator, known for kicking the hornet's nest and starting some of the biggest internet controversies.
I don't understand why I'm still getting paid.
Hands up, I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking stupid.
Ken would go on to do the same in Rust when he founded his first clan known as the Dog Clan. Dog Clan was extremely competitive, and Ken spent a vast amount of time building his reputation as a clan leader on some of Rust's most popular servers, such as Rustified, Rusty Moose, and Rustopia. However, controversy would be quick to arise.
Rustopia is a good name, let's be real.
Around Dog Clan due to Ken's aggressive behavior. This started as he would begin to receive backlash from his former members in other clans. Myro Maidens, a former Dog Clan member, would express his frustration in which he wrote to Ken. You are 21 to 23 years old, yet your mindset is of a 9-year-old. Somehow you manage to still influence and manipulate people to do stuff they normally wouldn't do.
What do you... I absolutely hate when someone writes a garbage like this. So, what are you, 21, 23, but your mindset is of a 9-year-old? Okay, but then at the same time you're literally praising this person for being able to influence and manipulate people to do what they would normally never do? Stop writing like this. You're literally just driving this person's ego up and complimenting them on their amazing skills. That's not what you're trying to achieve here.
Percent of the Rustopia population wants you gone. Not because we think you are so good, but purely because you were so toxic and immature and got a couple of hackers running with you. Ken would respond with,
okay, I'm gonna make a prediction because the real world is a little bit of a different place than a lot of people think. And people like this, even though it's kind of sad that they exist and a lot of people get pissed off, these people get things done. This person most likely has a good future in front of him, being most likely your boss. And then he's gonna fire you because you didn't do in Rust what he wanted to do, and now you're out of a job. This is the reality of things like this, okay? If you talk big, that's one thing. But if you actually achieve things, like, you know, manipulate people and have people hacking for you and whatnot, that's potential. That is the part that people never want to hear about, that these people usually end up in life in good positions.
You were just a child, dude, and I truly hope that one day you look at this moment and think, damn, I was indeed a child. Comments like this...
He's literally never gonna most likely remember any of this or care about it. Like, you need to understand, in his world there are bigger things happening, sadly. In your world, it's pretty much just Rust.
Led Ken to escalate his hostility and poor demeanor towards other clans, which only rallied more hate from the community.
Fuck! How the fuck did you kids let them get that deep to get our fucking turret? Who the fuck was it? Everyone save your shadow play. Whoever it was is kicked. Save your fucking shadow play right now, you fucking retards.
Dog Clan during the process ironically would begin to develop to be one of the better clans in the game, but at a sharp cost of Ken's reputation, threatening to perform denial of service attacks on members who were performing poorly.
It's Komodo, this fucking dumb kid. We're gonna fucking DDoS your ass so hard.
You were moved.
In late 2018, he decided to change his clan name to Ego, which symbolically showed the state of his clan and how the community felt about him. Still persistent to be the best clan in the game, Ken continued to rank high on his performance compared to most clans, but ultimately felt threatened by one individual known by the username of Nico. Nico was considered to be one of the best clan leaders in Rust of the late 2010s, playing with now popular YouTubers such as HJune, Motion, Tacular, and Tesla, who were
literally have no idea about any of these people, by the way.
Formerly some of the most competitive.
This looks like some kind of I don't know, cheap music brand that's gonna DMCA you any moment now. And this looks like Home Depot, but there's a lot more homelessness going around in the parking lot.
Of clan players, Nico had a strong grip over the clan scene. This antagonized Ken being in Nico's shadow, as he ultimately wanted to be the best and would take the actions needed to do so.
See, they do
in the early
do
2020s, the clan scene in Rust began to change as the longtime players, now getting older, preferred servers with modded gameplay mechanics that took less time to play. This would lead to the rise in popularity of the YouTuber server Stevious by Stevie, catering to the new preferred modded clan gameplay players were seeking. It would be followed up by Kin's rival, Nico, pursuing what many considered to be the first real clan server for Rust, known as Vital Rust. At this point, the popularity of Ego Clan was at an all-time high. Kin's was not. He was banned from Vital Rust for his disruptive behaviors and taunting the Vital staff, and specifically Nico. This led Kin and his clan trying to help Stevious by pulling clans away from Vital to hurt their server. However, Stevious would want nothing to do with Kin as well, with his continued poor behavior and drama he was bringing to the server. This would lead Kin and his clan being banned from Stevious, one of the last servers they were allowed to play on, with nowhere left to go, no experience of running servers, and a terrible community reputation. Kin came up with the incredible idea that he would start his own Rust server, known as Affinity.
Okay.
The word Affinity means...
That probably doesn't go well. You can bully people that look up to you pretty easily, but when you're probably a server owner, a random person joins in, and, you know, then you ban them for them attacking you or something like that, or not doing what you want, probably that's going to be a huge deterrent for any new player potentially even trying to join. That's probably not going to end well, huh?
Means a spontaneous or natural liking or sympathy for someone or something, which is exactly what Kin wanted for himself and the server. A place where players didn't need to use a filter and could not get banned for toxic behavior. A place to show people what the Rust clan community was really like.
Can I get a gang?
Is this actually toxic also? Plus DMCA songs. Very interesting.
Start his server and was committed to take down his former clan rival, now Rust server owner, Nico. Initially, Kin's server had a lot of problems. Community members he abused previously wanted to see him fail and attacked his server with denial of service attacks and continued to defame him. Being unexperienced, Kin could have simply given up, but as a clan leader, he never did. So why would he give up on his server? Kin turned things around in the summer of 2021. He got a solid developer who fixed a majority of the server's technical issues. He came up with new event ideas which intrigued some of the most veteran Rust players, such as King of the Hill, where clans competed for valuable goods in a timed event. Maze, where clans had to navigate a shrinking maze and they needed to be the last to survive the event. And finally, Bounties, where clans could put money where their mouth was for prize pools and defending from the rival teams. These ideas were game changers for the clan scene and furthered the server's reputation, giving players the freedom to choose what they wanted for the server, and nailing other server competition by giving out free store items to players. It seems Affinity was unstoppable. Kin was now bringing in around $20,000 to $30,000 a month for his server business, with a full team of paid staff to support him. For once,
wait, you can make money on Rust servers? Do they actually all sell just, pay-to-win stuff? Is that a thing? That's insane.
Kin's Rust career.
I had no idea.
To turn around, and he became respected as a server owner.
Okay.
But his bad past was now just catching up with him. One of Kin's main policies with Affinity was no filter, and not only did this include players being able to say anything they want, but Kin could as well. Kin would troll his players, make continued threats to other servers, now with freedom and newfound power to do whatever he pleased. This eventually put Kin on the radar of Facepunch, as server owners such as Nico from Vital gathered evidence to build a case to get rid of Kin for his past actions and his current threatening business practices for other servers. Months went by as the heat turned up, and the drama continued to get worse with the server owners and Affinity.
Fight!
Coming to the breaking point of January of 2022, Kin's server, Affinity Rust, was officially blacklisted by Facepunch Studios. His downfall was ultimately set off by two things. A TikTok had aired of Kin's admin abusing by throwing grenades and randomly killing players. Facepunch did not like how this reflected on their community. Kin also ignorantly swore at Facepunch staff who joined his Rust server and told the developer to leave if he didn't like the server. Facepunch and the server owner community had had enough of Kin's behavior. And
that's not a good. That is a good 10 out of 10 gamer move. What can I say? But that's not smart.
Gave him a notice he could no longer operate his servers. Kin tried to make amends and work it out with Facepunch due to the massive community he had grown, but he was ultimately too late. Facepunch wanted nothing to do with him.
Dude, couldn't he just bribe someone? That's like the easiest thing ever. Just bribe them. No one's gonna care. All you need to do is go on LinkedIn and find someone who works high up in Facepunch Studios and bribe them. Bruh, if he was making 20, 30K a month, man, he could probably bribe them. Like 20K? Bruh, completely worth.
In his final goodbyes in a 2,000-member Discord podcast, the community assumed that would be the last they would see of Kin. Many loyal Affinity players were sad, and many server owners were happy.
You need to demand the things that you...
Well, obviously, this attack against him pretty much was like, okay, so here's a place that does everything that they want, and it's completely fine. But other servers are like, that's competition. So they literally just ganged up on him. And sure, there's toxic behavior, but still, they're ganging up on the guy just because he's competition. Not because he's actually morally bankrupt or anything like that. No, just because he's competition, and he's dangerously good competition. Like, he innovated. They probably never thought that something like that can happen. Those people probably thought that, oh, he has a bad reputation, he's gonna get banned, he's not gonna get people to join. Yeah, that when has bad reputation never stopped anyone from buying a product. I'm sorry, but most of you own iPhones, and that stuff is literally made by legit slave labor in Africa. But no one really cares, huh? So yeah, having a bad reputation never has stopped really anyone if they actually make something worthwhile that people want. So, he literally got ganked upon. He was never really punished for his behavior. He was only punished because he was costing money for other people. Bro. That's sad. That legitimizes pretty much everything this person has done and said all this time, by the way, to a certain degree. Like, it doesn't change that he's a horrible person, but man.
You've gotten when Affinity was here. Just because Nico had to call the feds and get us blacklisted, which is essentially what happened. I won the war, and then he called the feds.
That, by the way, sounds like exactly what happened, considering he compiled evidence and whatnot. Interesting.
That's pretty much what has happened here. Take care of yourselves and demand things.
Good advice.
However, this was a short-lived ending, as Kin decided he was not going to let Facepunch stop him and his community. He returned to Rust. Even with his server being blacklisted, players were still able to connect as long as they had Affinity's server IP. Affinity immediately returned in full popularity with a massive queue, and players once again got to live out their clan fantasies via Affinity. Facepunch and server owners became upset that Kin's coffin was not permanently shut. This led to Facepunch...
Dude! This is like a story of David and Goliath, but David's a dick. Wow. But he's the good one.
Adding code specific to Kin.
Support blocking the client from connecting the specific servers listed in the manifest? Okay.
Which would not let him operate his servers at all via Rust. Kin officially lost access to play Rust and run his clan. Affinity was permanently blacklisted. Kin's server business was officially shut down. If we've learned anything so far about Kin, it's that he does not like to lose. So in his final attempt of closure, he did a podcast where he announced he'd be giving free cheats to destroy the server owners who hurt him the most, and take revenge on Facepunch Studios.
That's pretty
nice. This
nice.
was finally the end.
Unless he's gonna get sued.
The server owners had prepared for his last malicious attacks, which led Kin to slowly fade into the good night with the vow that one day we might see him online again, running a new game with his community.
So Affinity servers is gonna become Affinity services. I'm gonna fucking sell the cheapest goddamn cheats ever sold on Rust, and I'm gonna use a part of the profits to buy accounts for you guys to cheat with me on Atlas and Vital. Let's fucking go.
Which leads us to our final question,
Nice.
which I'll let you answer. Was Kin actually a bad guy? Even with Kin's negative actions, he truly did do
I did not expect a part like that, okay.
some great things for the community. He had employed 10 employees for Affinity, and most of them teenagers, giving them jobs that paid very well for their age, with a staff bankroll of around $5,000 a month. He also started a fundraiser to help a clan member who was dying of cancer, which fortunately was able to get better with treatment. As much as we may think Kin was really that evil, to many players they feel he just wanted to entertain the clans he enjoyed playing against over his 6 years of Rust, and the argument could be made that he was only putting on an act for everyone in the community.
Okay, that sounds like literally the dumbest argument ever. No, he is an asshole. But being an asshole doesn't actually make you automatically evil or anything like that. In this story, everything that's been told, honestly, people were literally just afraid of this guy's success and didn't like it. And that's why they took action against him.
On the other hand, what cannot be denied is some of the more negative things proven about Kin. Denial of service attacks on other servers and harassment towards specific community members. doxing personal information from individuals he hated, and
Oh,
worst of all,
doxing. Wait, did he mention that previously? That is pretty evil.
selling cheats and endorsing cheating at his exit of Rust. If you love or hate Kin, what ultimately...
Well, the exit of Rust cheating endorsement obviously was something that he was pushed in by being unfairly treated, and most likely, let's face it, what's the name? Nico. You could easily probably put 2 and 2 together here and say that most likely this person, Nico, just got buddy-buddy with the admins and pulled all the strings possible to get that person banned.
cannot be disputed is he was an important character in the game's community for what he made in the Rust community with Affinity. He ultimately represented your average Rust clan player and how he felt about the game, which is why he was so notorious and relatable with the community. He was vocal in the way many Rust players act every day.
Interesting. That's it, huh? A video by Jack Shepardo. Wow, unexpectedly good, not gonna lie. Like, seriously surprised. Very good. And again, we're kind of painting the bad guy in the good light here, which is kind of insane. Also, is Keemstar still a thing? Does anyone even know? But in any case, I guess that's it. This was Quizzer Sid Sen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.